today I'll take a bit of some of the lessons from this book. I read this book about 1 month ago. Very good book. It was written by psychiatrist by the name Victor Frankl. And it's a very good book. So the most important aspect, or not actually, this book just entails all areas that are very significant for our understanding. But I'll talk about two things: existential frustration and existential vacuum. So it's very important to understand what existential frustration is. You know, it's a big term, but I'll make it a little bit simpler so that we are able to internalize what existential frustration is and existential vacuum is. So what is existential frustration? First of all, existential is a word that is withdrawn from existence. So as a human being, if your existence is frustrated, what happens in a layman's language is that there is no meaning or aspiration towards a given goal. So, and that can easily lead to existential vacuum. So this book, the author's written existential frustration and then elaborated existential vacuum after discussing existential frustration. But then there is a very big emphasis, especially on existential vacuum. So if someone is existentially frustrated, and this is so common, especially among the youths, you find the parent is okay, both mom and dad are doing so well, is in campus, or like ideally we would say this person is living a near normal life, 80%. But this person is so bored, out of touch with the reality. They are the kind of people who are like, I'm just bored, life is so difficult and stuff. Okay, well, life is very difficult, but it's obvious. It's very difficult and it's very unpredictable. But what do? Because you can't turn away from life. You can't decide that this is the path I'm going to take and I'm going to destroy myself to the extent that I don't have any meaning to life. So if you are in existential vacuum, it's mostly a definition of boredom, which means you don't have anything you're looking up to. You know, if I wake up in the morning, I'm like, I have to write, I have to go to work, or I have to do a video and stuff. So there's something that is really keeping me going. And this is something that is absolutely crucial for young men. If you're a young man and you don't have a routine, you don't have something to wake up for, you just wake up like it's an accident, you really have to internalize how your life is going to be. Because if you really don't have something that you're doing every day, a very difficult task, then you're going to face, first of all, existential frustration, then followed by existential vacuum, and you can easily be depressed because some people are depressed just because they are bored. You ask them, what do you do? I just play video games, or I'm just sitting here doing nothing, or enjoying impulsive low-class pleasure and all that. But if you really look at it from a broader perspective, it's very easy right now to have that existential vacuum because we have social media. You look at how you even do the arithmetic. How much time do you take spending? How much time do you spend on your social media just scrolling? So it's a part that we don't internalize, that it really interferes with our psyche. You know, because the human brain is a very sophisticated organ, and once you give it an aim, if you decide that I'll just be scrolling on Instagram, looking at people making it in life and all that, that's what your mind focuses on. So for you to avoid existential frustration and existential vacuum, one, you must have a routine. You must have something that you have to do. Well, I'm broke, I don't have a job, yeah, you are broke, you don't have a job, there's nothing, but what do you want to do with your life? Because you are now, then 1 month later, then 2 years, then 10 years. So who do you want to be 10 years from now? Because of course you want to improve so that your situation is better, so that you are able to contend with yourself in the final analysis. You want to be proud of your final self. So one of the things that you have to develop to avoid that existential vacuum is a routine. Wake up every day, brush your teeth, do this and that, you sit down, you work on something. And it's very important for young boys. If you tell them, if you really give a young man responsibility, this is, when you wake up, this is what you're supposed to do. Assuming he's doing web designing or he's copywriting or something like that, and they stick to that every single day for 1 hour. They will, okay, well, I know I'm useless, I'm broke, but at least I woke up in the morning and I was doing my coding and I was able to figure out this and that. So it is a very important goal that someone should strive for if you really want to avoid existential frustration and existential vacuum. And so read it. Get Man's Search for Meaning. Very good book. Highly recommend it.